Hello, my curious legends. Today, you're learning something new. Before we begin, tap the like button so the algorithm does not scam you out of more insane history stories. Today, we are diving into 5 of the most unusual, confusing, and downright unbelievable real people in human history. These are the stories you never learned in school, the ones that make you pause and say, there is no way this actually happened. But it did. Let's begin. 1. Tarrare, the man who could eat anything. Our first story takes us to France in the late 1700s, where a man named Tarrare became a medical mystery. He could eat absolutely anything, not like your friend who eats too much at a buffet. I mean full baskets of apples in one sitting, animals, stones, corks. Entire eels swallowed whole with no chewing. Doctors studied him and confirmed he had an uncontrollable hunger. His stomach stretched so much that after eating, it hung down like a bag of wet dough. During wartime, military commanders even tried using him as a human message carrier by having him swallow secret documents. It actually worked. But his hunger was so extreme that he would break into kitchens, eat raw meat, and was eventually found drinking blood from patients in a hospital. To this day, nobody knows exactly what disorder caused this. Tarrare lived a life that defies biology, and he might be the strangest man ever recorded in medical history. 2. Joao Maria de Jesus, the bearded prophet. Next, we travel to Brazil in the late 1800s, where a mysterious wandering prophet named Joao Maria de Jesus became a national legend. He walked barefoot across entire states, healed the sick with herbs, and predicted droughts and floods that came true. People swore he performed miracles. Villagers waited for him like he was a saint. But here is where it gets weird. He disappeared into the mountains. Then another man who looked identical to him appeared years later, also calling himself Joao Maria. Then a third, all with the same clothing, same beard, same beliefs. Historians still debate whether there were multiple prophets or if people were convinced the same man lived for decades without aging. To this day, shrines to Joao exist across Brazil. No one is sure who he really was, where he came from, or how many of him there actually were. 3. Julia Pastrana, the Victorian bear woman. Now we move to the Victorian era. Julia Pastrana was born with 2 extremely rare genetic conditions that covered her face with thick hair and enlarged her gums. Newspapers called her the Bear Woman. But here is the part people never talk about. Julia was brilliant. She spoke 3 languages, she sang opera, and audiences adored her performances. Unfortunately, her manager, who later married her, exploited her brutally. After she died, her body was displayed in museums for more than a century. Only in 2013 was she finally given a proper burial. Julia Pastrana's story is both extraordinary and heartbreaking. She was far more talented than any audience realized. 4. The Green Children of Woolpit. This story goes all the way back to medieval England. 2 children appeared in a field out of nowhere, a boy and a girl, both with green skin. They spoke a language nobody recognized and refused to eat anything except raw beans. People eventually taught them English. The girl said they came from a place with no sunlight, only twilight, a place she called St. Martin's Land. Was it folklore? A real condition that made their skin green, or something stranger? Historians are still divided almost 1,000 years later. The Green Children remain one of the oldest unsolved mysteries in English history. 5. Denis Vashurin, the man who never ages. Our final story is modern. A man from Russia named Denis Vashurin looks like a 12-year-old boy, but he is an adult in his 30s. His voice is deep, his personality is mature, his ID is real, but his face never changed after childhood. He struggled to find jobs because nobody believed him. Police stopped him thinking he was a runaway kid. But Denis takes it all with calm confidence. He says he is simply living life in a body that froze in time. Scientists still do not know what condition caused it, but Denis is proof that even today, the world still has mysteries walking among us. These were 5 of the weirdest people you have probably never heard of, real people with stories so strange they sound fictional. If you want more stories like these, make sure you hit subscribe, because we are just getting started.